Good morning, everyone. And to our value clients, good morning. We are delighted to welcome you to another episode of our weekly market review briefings. We thank you for your continued business relationship and patronage regarding our various products and services. This morning, again, we'll be looking at our market review, and then we'll talk briefly about stock recommendations, and we also take a look at fixed income and money market report as well. Next slide, please. Okay, towards the close of the business on Friday, equities markets also witnessed another bullish trend. Market recorded 3.7% in terms of changes, and then the all-share index is currently at 105,085.25 basis points. The year-to-date return is still currently at 40.54%. It's still far above the current inflation rate, which is the 30.70%. So the key drivers on Friday were the Access Corporation, GTB, and Transcorp PLC. And if you look at the capitalization of the NGS at the close of the Friday, end of the week, we are currently at 59.416 trillion naira. And then the three equities, the Access Bank, GTB, and Transcorp, accounted for 67.43 million units of shares out of out of the total 1.7 billion worth of shares traded on Friday. And in terms of value, these three companies also accounted for 17.3 billion naira out of 52.87 billion naira worth of total worth of trade on Friday. So the market break, the size of the market break was also positive at 1.39 times compared to what happened in the previous week, about 10%. In terms of the sectoral performance under our coverage, we usually cover 5 sectors: the industrial, the oil and gas, insurance, the banking, and the consumer. So out of the 5 sectors under our coverage, 4 sectors recorded gain on Friday, and then the NGS in industrial gained 0.2% week on week. NGS consumer also gained 1.41% week on week. NGS banking also gained 12.84% week on week. We could trace that to the activities we saw in the transaction that took place in Access Bank, GTB, and some other highly capitalized banks. And then the NGS insurance also gained 2.562%. We could see some new interest in some of the banking stock, but the NGS oil and gas closed negative. That was the only sector that closed negative on Friday. A summary of the price movements, we also recorded 55 gainers against 24 gainers on Friday, while 75 stock also remained flat. When you compare that to what we had in the previous week, markets the total gainers we had was 19, and then while the losers were almost 77. So that was the reason. At the close of the business on Friday, the market also closed positive. So let's go to the next slide, please. Okay, this schedule is just to give us the opportunity that is also available to us in our equities market. We have been able to use the technical analysis and fundamental analysis to give us the directions and the performance in terms of analyzed yield, dividend yields, and the fair value and expected capital gain on some of these securities that are under our recommendations. We have been able to take this thing out, these securities or stock out of our numerous stock recommendations. So we have the Access Bank. So Access Bank, if you look at the Access Bank, the last Friday, it also closed 23, and the fair value of Access Bank is 13 naira. So we are still telling you that this stock is still trading at a discount. So if you can take position in Access Bank, it's an opportunity for you, because you look at the analyzed yield. If you are buying now, the analyzed yield give you at almost 17.05%. By the time you look at the capital gain, that's almost 20%. The GTB as well. We also have Stanbic IBTC. If you look at the valuations or the fair value of all the securities, they are all trading below their interest, their price, their current value. So the fair value of all securities, they are the extreme edge of the schedule. While the price is closed on Friday, they were also there. We're only telling you that if you are not going through the route of the dividends expectation, you can also buy all these securities so that you can take your capital gain. And if you want to go through the route of the analyzed yield, you could see that The minimum you can also get for analysis is about almost 11.81%. So for the GTB, the Access Bank, Stanbic IBTC, United Capital, Flour Mill, UAC, WAPCO, Okomu, Mayor and Baker, Fitson, and the Master Insurance, NEM Insurance, Australian and African Prudential. It's a combination of various sectors of our market, the banking, the insurance, even the industrial. So if you are taking position of all these securities with the current market trend, you'll be better off for those who are not taking that decision. Because if you look at the target price of all these securities, they're also trading below their target price. It's an opportunity for you to also come in now and take position on some of those securities. By the time you look at the recommendation that has been sent out by our research unit, you see all these recommendations. The only thing you've been also in that recommendation is a fair value. That was the reason we also took a step ahead to give you the current fair value. At least you'll be able to know the price you are paying for all these securities. They are all trading at a discount. And when you are buying the security at a discount, by the time it gets to a true value, you can exceed and take advantage of the capital gain. And in terms of analyzed dividend yields, you also be better than those who had also invested some years ago, especially when the prices were high. So you can look at this analyzed yield and then the vis-a-vis the fair value of these securities, and you can also compare that with the recommendation we have also sent out. And you can reach out to us as your RM so that we'll be able to also guide you and advise you area you can buy or you can invest in based on your preference for those sectorial analysis. So next slide, please. So this is just our corporate actions. We haven't actually gotten any new in the market. So as those corporate actions coming to the market, we'll continue to update these corporate actions trackers so that you have an idea of the registrars, the payments, the qualification, and what those companies are paying. So during the course of last week, we didn't receive any corporate action in our market. So as soon as we receive that, we're going to update the slide. So in terms of market expectation for this week, this is a new week. And then what our expectation in the market this week, because it will tell us a direction as what will be the direction of the market. We are expecting to see position taking in some banking stock that are also trading below their value. The likes of Access Bank, we have also showcased in the schedule we presented. The UPA, the Stanbic IBTC, and Zenith Bank, they are all trading below their intrinsic value. So in that situation of the corporate action, you may see investors taking position on some of those securities because of the capital gain and because of the strong analyzed dividend yields they are actually likely to gain. It has presented two opportunities for you. You can buy because of the capital gain, and you can also buy because of analyzed dividend yields. So these are two opportunities you can also get if you're investing in all these stocks. So those stocks we have recommended, especially the tier one banks, you can see the new interest. Our market is going to witness the new interest this week. So strong corporate action will drive buying interest in those securities. So the banking index is likely to close higher towards the end of this week. And the same thing, we're also expecting to see the new buying interest and liquidity around stock under the premium board. These are based stock worth over 1 trillion in our market. Those stocks that are trading below their fair value, the likes of Airtel Africa that also embarking on share buyback, the Seplat Energy, the Lafarge, and a few other companies that are under the purview of the NGX premium board. You will see renewed interest in those securities, and then that will also improve and provide liquidity to the market. And then the third one, the market is also likely to witness marginal profit takers. Of course, you cannot completely eliminate the profit taker in our market. In every segment of the market, you see people taking position, people are exiting while people are also buying, especially because of the activities of the momentum investors, those who trade continuously on securities and they take advantage of the higher prices. But with their activities, that can still not undermine the bullish trend the market is likely to witness. But they will also present an opportunities for the new entrants and for the valued investor. The valued investor, when they want to take position in the market, they buy and hold those securities. And at the end of the day, they are always also better off. So this is what we expect in the market for today. You will see profit takers in the market, but it will not undermine the bullish trend. We expect that at the end of the week, the market is going to close on a positive note. And then you also see the new interest in some of those banking stocks, the tier one banks. Now that the CBN is also has been sending those signals to the market, to the financial services market, that there will be need for recapitalization. So that may also prompt people taking position in those banks that are their balance sheet is over 1 trillion. The Access Bank, the UBA, the GTB, and the First Bank. People have seen that those companies, irrespective of where the central bank is taking capitalizations to, they can withstand it. So everybody wants to belong to those companies. They want to be an investor to those companies. So this is what we have for the equities market. We'll just move to the fixed income market. So if you have any questions regarding this presentation, after the fixed income market presentation, we'll be glad to attend to those questions. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining once again. So quickly, we'll go through the activities of the fixed income markets as of last week. For the money market, we can see for the interbank rates, the interbank rates sustained the upward trends as we've seen in the past 2 to 3 weeks, and that's hinged on the liquidity in the market. For the past 2 to 3 weeks, we've seen that the market liquidity has closed on a negative note for those 3 weeks, for those 3 consecutive weeks. So that was also the case last week, where we saw the system liquidity closed at a negative 791.78 billion. Week on week, this is an improvement week on week, because at the previous week we saw that our liquidity closed at negative over 2 trillion naira. So what sustained the positive or the somewhat positive week on week closure was because of we saw the coupon inflow from the FGN bonds. We also saw the maturity on the Nigeria 2024 maturity, which matured on the 14th of March. That was last week, Thursday. So those inflows, when they came into the market, they actually watered the ground and brought back liquidity to a negative 791 from 2.2 trillion. But consequently, we saw that the open buyback rate closed at 30.29%, while the overnight rate closed at 31.07%, which represents 47 and 7% increase respectively. For the treasury bills market, we saw a bullish run. After weeks of bearish run, we saw a reversal last week where yields in the market actually declined an average of 19%. And what sustained is that we saw demand a little from the inflows we got in the market last week. And then the auction that took place also supported the bullish run in the secondary market, because we saw that at the auction, the allotment was way less than the amount on offer. And also in terms of the stop rate, we saw a decline as well. So that translated into the bullish sentiment we saw in the treasury bills market. For the open market operations, the segment of the market actually also closed bullish, as we saw that yields declined by an average of 4% to close at 18.8%. The auction that took place last week, just to give us an overview, to give us an indication of what we are likely going to see in the market this week. The auction, 161 billion was on offer. Total subscription was 1.49 trillion. And in terms of allotment, the CBN could not even allot up to what was on offer, not to talk of allotting what was subscribed for. Upon allotment, we saw 160.84 billion was allotted. And in terms of the stop rate, we saw a decline across the three maturities that were in the market. On the 91-day, we saw a 100 basis point decline. On the 182-day, we also saw a 100 basis point decline. And then on the 364-day, we saw a 37 basis point decline. What this simply tells us is that the market is beginning to slow down a bit, as we saw that people that are currently holding their position, if they decide to sell now, they can sell at a profit because of the downward slide in the rates in the market. Next, please. For the bonds market, we saw that the bearish sentiment in the bonds market actually was sustained last week, and that was on the back of the auction that we are looking at this week. We saw that most people throughout last week were very quiet in the market. Demand was not as high as one would have expected, considering the inflow that came into the market. What that tells us is that this week is going to be a week full of activities, because of the auction coming up later today, and the outcome of the auction definitely will give us an overview of what the bonds market is likely going to experience. And at the close of the week, we saw that averages in the market inched by an average of 11 basis points to close at 18.40%. Quickly, we'll touch on the economic indicators. Last week was a well, maybe not a special week, but we saw that some economic data was released into the market last week. As we saw, the inflation, the CPI figure was released by the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics. Month on month, we saw a 6.02% increase in the headline inflation from 29% in 29.9% in January to 31.7% as at the end of February. As usual, the major contributor, the major heavyweight in the room is actually the food inflation, which was at 37.92. That's an average of 38%. And I think I've always maintained this stance until the supply side in the market is fixed. We are likely not going to see a reversal in the inflation rates, because the monetary side, as the CBN and their team, they can do as much as they want, but until we see that supporting action from the fiscal side in order to improve on supply and then security, we might not see a reversal in the inflation rate. Quickly, we also look at the foreign exchange markets. Week on week, the official market, we saw an appreciation of 1.51% in the exchange rate to close at 1,602.75% from 1,627.40%. In the forwards market, as the forwards contract, so it's actually a mixture of both the negative end and the positive end. But overall, we are still likely going to see the continued volatility in the foreign exchange markets, and that's on the back of the continuous issues that we have in the market. That's low crude oil production, the oil theft, and the likes. Until those issues are actually fixed, the foreign exchange market will still continue to experience the volatility we currently see. So quickly, we'll just touch on our products. The fixed income market is actually quite an interesting market as of now. And anyone who currently keys in this market, is positioning him or herself for better returns, considering the elevated interest rates we have in the market at the moment. One major thing the CBN is trying to encourage is investment, which is why we've seen them be aggressive on interest rates. So how do you benefit from this environment? For you to have joined this meeting, we understand that you have a keen interest in the market and you want to enjoy the benefits of the markets. But quickly, we just touch on our products. We have various products that we currently offer to our clients, and when you key into any of these products, we are very confident that you would enjoy the dividend of what is happening in the market. The fixed income market, the fixed income fund is actually a fund that invests strictly in fixed income products, no equities, no volatility. What that simply tells you is that you are not at risk of the volatility that we might see in the equity space of the market. In terms of the risk profile is very low. And in terms of your returns are guaranteed and way better than what a conventional bank savings account would offer to you. For the lead balance fund, okay, you want to enjoy or you want to involve yourself in the activities of both the equities market and the fixed income market. The lead balance fund is actually a very good offer, and you would like to. I'm very certain you would also want to engage or participate in, because of the mixture and the dynamics of the fund. It invests 50% in equities market and then 50% in the fixed and money market instruments, and that gives us a balance. The equities market is on the bullish run. You can see also the fixed income market is quite attractive at the elevated interest rates. With this, when you key into this type of fund, you are at a better position than leaving your funds basically in your conventional savings account, because you are definitely going to get a higher return from this very fund. Also, the lead dollar funds. Last week, we saw some clients indicate interest, and a number of them reached out, and I'm sure 2 of them are on this call because I've seen them this morning. I'm very certain that they appreciated the decision they took last week, because we even saw that in the Eurobond space, the market closed very positive. That means if you had invested last week, this week, even if you decide to sell this week, you are at a gain position. So this is to encourage everyone. You have dollar inflows, you have dollar source of revenue. Rather than keeping them in your DOM account, you can invest them into any of these products. We have the lead dollar fund. Also for Eurobond trading, you have a minimum of $200,000. Oh, what do I do with this money? I want to invest in this fund. You can approach us. You can send us an email, and we'll be more than happy to guide you on the various investment outlets or the products that you can invest your funds into. For this week, there's an auction coming up today, and the auction is definitely going to dictate the activities or the direction of the market for the week. So this is to encourage each and every one of us. Your funds are better off, in products like this than keeping them in your conventional savings or current accounts, where you get charged for them and then you are not getting the optimized returns. At this point, we are open to taking questions from our clients. If you're interested in any of the products, if you need clarity into any of the discussions that we've had this morning, or you need guidance on anything, the floor is open now for questions, and we'll be more than happy to provide the answers and clarifications where required. Thank you. If there's anyone with question, you can signify by a raise of hand. Just the icon, that sticker button, you can just click it so that we can see from here, in order to enable us to unmute your mic. If there are questions, clarifications that you need. Okay, we have some hands up. Mr. Adeboyega, you've been unmuted. You can speak now, sir. Mr. Adeboyega, you can unmute your mic and speak now, sir.
Can I go ahead?
Okay, all right, sir. All right, sir. You have the floor.
All right, thank you very much. Yeah,
Thank
I
you,
want to look at that VITSIN on the marketing. What is the fair value implication, looking at the fair value compared to the market price? I'm seeing the fair value is a bit lower than the price. So I want to get clarification on that.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. The fair value is actually telling you the right price of our asset, of that securities.
Yeah.
And it's to guide you to know whether you are buying that stock at a premium. For example, if an asset, a valuation of an asset is 100 million, sir, and that asset, the market price of that asset is 125 million, and somebody is asking you to come and buy that asset at 90 million, of course, it means you are buying that asset at a discount. The fair value means all the financials of that company has been taken into position. You've been able to do analysis, financial analysis, to know the true value of that company. Now, what is the real worth of this company in the market, in the Nigerian stock exchange market? That value is telling you that if you are buying those assets, this is the right price. So if you look at Access Bank, the fair value of Access Bank is 30 naira, and it's trading 23 naira in the market. It means you are enjoying a discount of 7 naira in the market. So it's a good deal. So when the fair value is less than the market price, what it means is that that asset is trading at a discount. But if it's trading above the market price, it means it's at a premium. So we will not advise investors to buy an asset that is trading at a premium, because over time, the price will still moderate to the fair value or the right price. So that is what that fair value table is indicating, that all those stock prices, when you compare them to the market price, they are trading at a discount, sir. So that is why it's our buy recommendation.
Oh.
Hope that is
okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
All right, thanks, Mr.
Yes, for now, is it a good deal?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it's a good deal, sir. If you check our recommendation we have sent out, we've been able to use, sir. VITSIN, if we look at the VITSIN, sir, the schedule has been able to take account into the capital gain and the dividend yields. If you look at the 15, the last price is 16 naira. And if you look at the market value, the fair value, the six the fair value of fixing, I think, is 22 naira. I think we'll look at that slide. So I think, or the fair value, sir, the fair value of fixing. We'll look at that slide. I think there's a mix up somewhere, sir. But for fixing, the right price for fixing is 22 naira, sir. So if you are buying it at 16 naira, you are still trading at a discount, sir. So that's the right price, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Adbega. Mr. Olu, you can unmute now.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning, sir.
When you were giving your submission on the fixed income, you didn't give us any guiding rate of interest or expected return on the fixed income rate. You just say it's growing, it's good, and all that. We would like to have an idea of the rate itself so that we know what we are getting into. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Olu, for that feedback. I presume you mean the rate on the products, right?
Yes, please.
Okay. That is noted, sir. For subsequent reports, we would include that so as to give it more clarity to our clients on what they are getting into. Thanks so much for the feedback, sir.
All right.
Okay, we have some questions in the chat box. Mr. Shegun says that has there been any impact of the new CBN regulation on dollar coupon inflow, and would it be compulsorily converted to NGN? Let me start with the later part of the question. Would dollar inflows be compulsorily converted into NGN? We don't have any clarity on that. There's no communication from the CBN that dollar inflows into the country, that our domiciliary account will be compulsorily converted into Naira. No. But the only clarity we have is that when you receive dollar inflows, by the time you are being paid, you'll be paid in Naira. I think there's a clarity on that, but that your domiciliary account will be converted into Naira. No, we don't have any clear indication, any clear guidance from the CBN. So, but in terms of your coupon, for your coupon on any investment, you will get your coupon in dollars. As if you invest and then coupons are being paid, your coupon will be paid to you directly in dollars. And has there been any impact on the CPI regulation on dollar inflows? Yes, we would say that there has been an impact, because we saw at the last UMO auction that held about 2 weeks ago, for the 363 days paper, we saw that the total allotment on that end of the bill was over ₦1 trillion. So what that tells us is that investors are now looking into this space, but probably we could do more, we can achieve more, but we started to see some positive light in terms of the regulation, and we hope that in subsequent events or in subsequent auctions, we'll get a sustained higher subscription from, or sustained interest from clients. Also, there's another question here. Do we know what drove MTN's recent rally? Since nothing has changed, they still have negative shareholders' equity. What do you see them going forward?
Okay, of course. Thank you, sir. We've seen renewed interest in MTN as one of the stock over 1 trillion. Is a valuation. The MTN people have also, we've talked about the valuation, and because they had issue with the foreign exchange losses, that really affected their balance sheet. In fact, they're having a negative shareholders' funds. But what is very important is if you are buying an asset, you have to look at the true value. The true value of MTN was far above the price it was trading about 2 weeks ago. So people have seen the worth of the MTN, that irrespective of the problem or the challenges those problems are the company is experiencing now, that over time the price will trace itself to the original price. So the valuation of MTN is above 250, is around 270 thereabouts. So for people who have been able to work on the valuation to determine the true value of MTN, they are the one buying into MTN currently. So we also, if you look at our recommendation, as at the time they reported the losses, we advised our client to put it on hold. We didn't say we should sell, because we also need to see a clarification for the company as to how we are going to navigate the 2024 financial in a way that investor will better compensated. So the new interest is the reason why MTN is currently, the price is currently going up. It's still under our hood now. So you can still hold it.
And lastly, is there any information on the earnings reports for UCAP and Mansard?
No, it has not been released to the market. It's part of what we are also talking about. So we will, as soon as it comes out, we'll update it in our corporate actions tracker.
All right. Thank you so much for joining this session. It's already 9 a.m. and we understand that a number of us have other important activities to attend to. We appreciate you for taking your time to join, and we thank you for your continuous patronage of our business. We wish you all a very good day and a good week ahead. Thank you so much for joining.